few too many times, so I went nuclear. Back in 2003, I was working at a cell phone store when the company announced everyone was getting a raise. Up to $3.50 an hour. They were scared the Eastern stores would join the union like the Western ones did. The raises were supposed to start rolling out in January, and our area manager had like 8 stores to handle, so I figured it would take a month or two to get to everyone. January came and went. No raise. I asked my manager about it in early February when he stopped by. He said soon. Cool. Soon works for me. March. Still nothing. I asked again. Soon, he said. Okay, buddy. April rolled around and I was getting annoyed. Every time he came in, I would ask. Every single time, he gave me the same answer. Soon. The guy managed to say that word without actually giving me a date. No timeline. No explanation. Just soon. By May, I realized what was happening. This guy got quarterly bonuses, and the longer he delayed our raises, the better his numbers looked. He was literally pocketing extra money by not giving us what corporate already approved. I had asked him 6 times at this point and gotten nowhere, so I wrote a letter. 4 pages long. I documented every single time I asked about the raise. Every date. Every time he said soon. I explained how the delay was basically theft, and how this was exactly why people were talking about joining the union. I saved it as a draft and waited. The Friday before the May long weekend, he came into the store. I asked about the raise again because at this point it was just routine. He smiled and said it would come soon. Then he started talking about his cottage up in Muskoka, how he was leaving at noon, how the drive took about 3 hours, how he and his wife were going to spend the whole long weekend up there. I asked a few questions about the drive just to be sure. He said they would get there around 3 in the afternoon and stay until Tuesday. At 4 p.m., I opened my work email and sent that 4-page letter directly to the CEO, not HR, not his boss, straight to the top. I laid out everything. The delays, the excuses, the fact that he was clearly gaming his bonus structure while we waited for money we were promised in December. Then I went home and enjoyed my weekend. Saturday morning, I got to work at 7. I was opening the store. At 7:30, my manager called me. He said he needed to meet with me immediately. I told him I was the only one here and could not leave. He said he was already in the parking lot. I went outside and this guy looked like he had not slept. He was wearing a wrinkled golf shirt and jeans. No corporate attire. He drove 3 hours back from Muskoka that morning. He told me everyone in our area was getting their raise retroactive to January 1st. Everyone at my location was getting the maximum amount, $3.50 an hour. He apologized for the delay. I could see it in his face. He wanted to destroy me, but he could not do anything. I had gone over his head with documentation and won. He said I ruined his weekend, that I should have come to him first before emailing the CEO, that this could have been handled differently. I told him I would be happy to forward him my email since it clearly outlined all the times I did come to him first. 6 times between February and May. 6 times he said soon. I told him he was stealing from me by sitting on my raise to boost his bonus. He did not have a response to that. I decided I was done with the conversation. I told him there was nothing left to discuss, and I had to open the store. Then I said, have a great drive back to Muskoka. I hear it is real scenic this time of year. I walked back inside and left him standing in the parking lot. Over the next few days, I got calls from people at other stores. They all thanked me. Apparently, everyone got their raises at the same time, and they all heard what happened. I made sure to tell the whole story every time someone asked. No one told me to keep quiet, so I did not. The area manager avoided my store for the next 2 months. When he did come in, he would not make eye contact. I left the company 8 months later to start my actual career and never looked back.